pandemic, a lot of our emphasis on technology and care focused on enterprise-wide deployments of medical device integration, for example. So we had historically had physiologic monitors integrated as far back as the 90s, as I mentioned earlier, and it was only the monitors. And then over time, we added anesthesia machines in the ORs in addition to the monitors. And when you do a big bang deployment of integration on those kinds of product lines, it takes a lot of money, a lot of time, and we were seeing the evolution of different systems over time as well. And with the pandemic, the importance of getting vital sign information and especially waveform information became hyper important. So where in 2018, we initially deployed sickbay at our one unit, the neurocritical care unit in the JH Hospital. We all of a sudden emergently were asked to explode our deployment to over 140 beds in very quick succession. And by doing a lot of pre-planning, we were able to bring online physiologic monitor integration and ventilator integration in a very compressed time frame to allow our providers the ability to access that physiologic data, machine data, and assess a patient's conditions, not only within the hospital, but also from home using a secure cyber connection using VPNs. And so that was really transformational for us in terms of providing care.
And David, just to follow on with that, what was the impact to your team? I mean, IS is always sort of stuck in the middle between, you know, having the needs of the bedside versus making sure everything keeps operating. Like, what was the pressure on your team for this sort of shift in demand? How did you guys just react? I mean, how did you do it on the ground?
Yeah, well, I will say for the group, for the benefit of the audience, I only have a 3-person team with a manager managing them and another team that does medical device integration for the enterprise in terms of the middleware connections. And the good news is that they were a solid team. They've been together for a long time, some of them with me for more than 20 years. And so they already knew how to do these kinds of deployments, but this was a different animal, right? We had to do it quickly. So the other thing that was beneficial for us is we had the right relationship. So when you do a deployment like that, it's not just a single person or a single team initiative, right? It's IT working in hand in glove with clinical engineering, working with facilities, working with the clinical providers in the front lines. And so we had just enough notice that we were able to do a little bit of pre-planning and do some parallel efforts while we did contract work and funding and acquisition of assets. We were also able to sort of do some behind the scenes kickoffs and do a lot of the project management decision-making in parallel. So we literally became live within 3 days of the contract signing. And that was about 2 weeks after we were asked to do it. So it was pretty quick.